President Biden told the press following his COVID address at the White House.
Well, bring down all those costs across the board, from child care to a child care tax credit. But I'm not supposed to be having this press conference.
Kayleigh McEnany joins me now. Kayleigh, not supposed to be having a press conference? Who's in charge here?
Well, clearly not the president. I mean, look, Jen Psaki said early on in the presidency, we don't like when he takes freewheeling questions. She said that to David Axelrod, and it's very clear that there is someone orchestrating the communication strategy, not the president himself. So I think it's probably a decision made by both the press secretary and the chief of staff. But it is a bit odd because, as I've told Stuart before, there were days I'd say to President Trump, hey, maybe don't take questions today. It's a pretty rough news cycle. And those were the days he always seemed to relish taking questions the most.
I kind of expected you to say that, Kayleigh. Well, he was very spontaneous. And, and quite honestly, you can't have more polar opposites for presidents when you compare Trump to Biden. A lot of people wanted a change, and, well, they got one. The next one for you, Kayleigh. The U.S. reported more than 188,000 new COVID cases on Tuesday alone. President Biden claims that the White House was caught so off guard with this new variant, Omicron, but we knew the first detected case was 21 days ago, right here in the U.S. How are we so caught off guard?
He shouldn't have been caught off guard because it was Robert Redfield, former CDC director, who I worked with in the administration last year. He came on in August and said there will be another variant after Delta. It will be more contagious. So this was highly predictable. All of the experts said it. There's no reason anyone should have been caught off guard. But I think the key, and I wish the president would continue to emphasize and reemphasize this, yes, there is a new variant. Yes, it is contagious. However, we are in a different place. We have people who are vaccinated. He did mention that yesterday. No need for lockdowns, which good on him for mentioning that. But he should emphasize this is a milder version. Yes, it's more transmissible. Yes, get your vaccine, but this is a milder variant. I think that is the key to all of this.
What's the problem with the testing, Kayleigh?
That is a huge problem. And this is actually, it caused me to open my mouth agape when I heard about this testing situation, because back during the Trump administration, he ordered 500 million tests. That's a lot of tests that President Trump ordered. I talked to a source yesterday who said in about June, July, Abbott stopped producing tests because they could not get an indication from the federal government as to the demand for testing. And there have not been purchases up until now at the level that needed to be done, that 500 million number we heard from the president yesterday. So it is a little curious why we're in December and tests should have been ordered back in January, February, or at least signaled to the private sector, hey, we'll buy down your risk and just give you a heads up that we will have a significant demand for tests.
I think it's because the strategy has been our way or no way. You get vaccinated and just force people to do that, and then you wouldn't need tests, you wouldn't need therapeutics. But as this virus evolves, we're learning that that's not the case. So was the wrong strategy pursued?
No doubt about it. Look, we were too dependent on China for our supply chains, and that needed to change, and it started to change with President Trump. And there were great people on our team and the COVID task force who dropped everything and said, let's partner with the private sector, because after all, the federal government doesn't produce these items. The private sector does. Let's have a public-private partnership, mobilize the supply chains in the private sector. That's something the Republican Party does quite well. We haven't seen that same sort of relationship, and that is the key both to this pandemic and any future pandemic down the road.
And I think that speaks to the frustration. It feels like deja vu when the president is talking about ventilators, but this isn't, winter 2020. This isn't lockdown. We've come a whole year, and I credit the administration and President Biden for at least saying, I'm grateful that the previous administration got these vaccines out. I heard that, and I said, you know what? There is some good news this holiday season. Kayleigh, do you have any good news you'd like to share with us? What are you doing for the holidays with the family?
I do think that was great news. And even the former president, President Trump, thanked Biden for giving him credit. So it was kind of nice to see that moment there. But yes, I'm excited for the holidays. I'm down here in Florida. I'm so excited, getting Christmas gifts way too late tomorrow. I'll finally get some downtime. So looking forward to the beach and family time.
You got to start wrapping, Kayleigh.
Yes.
I'll see you in just a bit.
Lauren.
And that's because Kayleigh is the co-host on Outnumbered. It's 12 o'clock Eastern on the Fox News channel, and I will be joining her. Kayleigh, good to see you. See you in a bit.